All right, everybody, welcome back to the Unwired Appalachia podcast. I'm Randy White, like always. A very special guest today, my guy Jacob Bryant. When it's draft time, it's me and Jake. It's a ritual. We go and watch the draft every year. I go down to his house and watch the draft every year. How excited are you? A week away, Jake. For those that don't know, Jake's a former Shelby Valley athlete, standout, beef fighter, Elkhorn Creek. He's just tied to the area. He lives in Tennessee now. He's got his own company, Wildcat Construction. He's the man. As you can see, he's got his Bengals guys behind him. How excited are you for the draft next week, Jake?
Well, for me, I've been looking forward to the draft. Probably a little bit too soon as a fan because there's a few weeks left in the season, and I was already worried about draft picks. So I've been looking, forward to it for quite a while. I've tried my best to keep up with it. Tried to watch the combine. Pretty well know all the needs as well as any Bengals fan knows the needs for this team. So
This conversation is something like just letting everybody who knows who's going to tune in and watch this. Man, you have this conversation almost daily.
oh
Almost
yeah.
it's 365. It never stops about the Bengals. So before we get into the draft, thoughts on the offseason so far, where we're at. I know defense was a major thing. Where are we at before we get into the draft, and then we'll pick up the draft stuff after where you see this team at right now entering the draft.
Well, for the first time that I can remember, we're returning all of our offensive linemen, which is a pretty big one. I think we're pretty set at receiver. Um, the defense is what had so many question marks, and I think all the fans wanted us to do a lot in free agency, and I feel like we have. Um, I wish that we had addressed linebacker. I think any fan kind of had the got to replace Trey. You need a lot of help, especially your interior defensive line on the pass rushing side. Shamar Stewart is a big question mark. We didn't really. I mean, we lost a lot at linebacker last year. We replaced two veterans in Pratt and Wilson, and elected to use the rookies instead, and that did not pan out very well. So I think a lot of the fans expected to do something in free agency at linebacker, but we did get Cook, who's a Cincinnati guy. I think the Bengals feel like the safety room is pretty sound right now. I think they really like battle, and they just brought in Cook. We finally paid a guy, first guy since Jesse Bates left.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they brought in Boye Mafe. That's kind of the same situation when they brought in Trey. He was kind of overlooked in Seattle. They had a lot of, good linemen. And I think we're kind of expecting him to fill Trey's role. We just spent a first rounder on Shamar. So, and we still got a first rounder on the roster in Miles Murphy as well. He showed a lot of problems last year. So, I mean,
and then the backups, some of those other guys showed spots. I mean, they showed they can be guys who can fill in certain downs. But now, mentioning all that, going into the draft, number 10, how do you see this board falling? We're going to get somebody good. Your dream scenario before we get who we think is going to be there. Your dream scenario, who's your number 10 pick?
well, number 10, I would love to get Sonny Styles. That would be my dream pick. I think we needed to address linebacker, and I think he's probably the best one there. He can also do some rush as well.
And he had some experience as safety as well. This is where me and Jake argue a little bit. I love Caleb Downs. I just think he's maybe the best player in the draft. Watching some of those Ohio State games, I thought he's the best. Like Jake said, I don't know if we need a safety, but if he's there and say Sonny Styles is gone, then what do you do? Say it's Caleb Downs and then somebody else. Are you passing up Caleb Downs if there's a good offensive lineman there? Jeremiah Love, say he falls. Who do you like there that 10 if Sonny Styles is not your pick? I guess go down your list like 1A, 1B, like we usually do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I really like the cornerbacks we have on the roster. I know it's a lot of people have us taking corner. Now, those guys are in the final year of their deal, but I would like to see us just keep what we have and not have another question mark.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's always a question mark somewhere.
Yes.
But like and these are our guys that we drafted. like what else? What do you want to show the locker room when you draft a guy, develop a guy, they turn out to be good, and then and you don't give them a contract? I mean, that just there's too many.
It's not a good look for your rookies coming in, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and it just says like I just don't know. Like with so many holes on the defense, you have one position that seems to be, you know, pretty much the only sound position on your defense. I mean, maybe safety now.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, you would really, I mean, you would really like to think that we're pretty. I mean, we got two starting corners that are good. They like battle a lot. We just signed Cook, so that actually gives our defense something to build on. That's just I don't know. I would like to see us sign our corners. So I would hope that they're out on corner because if they draft one, that means we're getting rid of one of our guys. Yeah. And I just think that's counterproductive, overall.
So here's the next question. Say something happens. I know a lot of people are saying Love could be the best player in the draft, and he could be. What do you think if he drops there to 10? Do you snatch him up real quick if some of those linebackers? I know some people like this draft, like out of others, there's never the consistency, I don't think. Like you see every mock draft seems different. Some of them have styles really have, some have Reese falling past 10 to like 12. Say one of those linebackers are not there and Love it somehow falls to 10. Do you just jump at him?
Myself personally, I think I think the Bengals really like battle, and they just spent money on Cook. I like Downs. If they want to get Downs and try to play him as like a slot corner or something, and use him in different ways, that would be great. But I just feel like I said, Sonny Styles being that are needed line, but we have to get one somewhere. I mean,
yes.
So, but at the same time, Jeremiah Love is probably the best player in the draft. Or a lot of people have him as the best player in the draft. So to me, if you can get him at 10, Chase Brown's on an expiring contract. Now, I like Chase Brown, but do you want to pay Chase Brown that second contract as that rookie contract's over?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you want to pay him $10, $12 million a year? Or do you want to bring in Love, who's a little bit fresher, see what you can get for, Chase Brown? Because, I mean, we drafted him, what, 5th round or something?
5th round pick, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing I think with Love is I don't know if me and you've talked about this a lot. It gives Joe Burrow a different kind of offensive running back that he maybe hasn't had since there. Maybe he can save some of his, without having to drop back quite as much. Maybe you rely on Love a little bit. Do you like that, or do you think that hurts the offense, or do you think maybe that helps preserve Burrow in this offense a little bit more?
Well, I mean, I think the more pressure we can take off of Burrow, the better. I mean, as great as he is, I mean, it's proven that he's bad as we hate to say it, he's injury prone. And if we can put the ball in somebody else's hand to give him a breather every now and then, I don't think that's a bad thing. And especially when it's somebody of Jeremiah Love's talent, who once again most people think is probably the best player in the draft, just at a bad position.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. Still speaking about number 10, but we've addressed a few positions. What do you think about defensive end if it comes up, if David Bailey's there or Ruben Baines falls? What's your thoughts on those guys if, say, like the Styles is not there and those type of guys? Because we're going to get somebody good at number 10.
Yeah. Well, somebody has to fall. We know number one's a quarterback. So, I mean, we're obviously not interested there. So, there's only 8 guys going before us. So, I mean, if these guys are gone, I would prefer a trade back. And I mean, a trade back's not going to hurt. It's a deep draft at positions we need.
Yes.
I mean, so if like Caleb Downs isn't there, or Ruben Bain isn't there, Sonny Styles isn't there, I don't think we expect Arvell Reese or Jeremiah Love probably isn't going to be there. But Bailey, I mean, like if those guys are gone, which is a pretty good possibility based on how good they are, and I think there's a tier. I think there's a top tier, and then it kind of falls down to the linemen and the D tackles even. So it would have benefited us greatly if there were more quarterbacks that we're going to go above us because that means more guys are going to fall. But they say Ty Simpson could get drafted. I don't see it, but you never know. But I would prefer a trade back if it's not Downs, Love, Bailey, or Bain, because I don't think Reese is falling anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, like, say that it's not a trade back. What's your thoughts on lineman? Like you said, it's a deep lineman class. Probably would just be better to trade back, right? I mean,
Yeah,
linemen are good. There's deep, but I don't know if there's like a dominant guy that you would get at 10.
Well, and we just extended, Orlando Brown Jr. Mims hopefully isn't going anywhere. You got, and
Play inside guy.
Well, I mean, Dylan Fairchild, you got in the third round, and seems to be legit. You can get centers late. You can get swing tackles, or guys that play multiple positions a little bit later. And I just don't see the value there for a lineman. So I think it's trade out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want one of those main guys. If not, I want to trade out. I think we've been in agreement on that, since day one. Just looking at this board, what is it? Vegas 1, that's quarterback. Jets, 2? Probably Reese or somebody like that. Who do you think Cardinals go with at 3? They're all over the board to me. I've seen everybody have them with anybody.
Well, it was a lineman for a while. A lot of people had them going lineman. Then lately, it's kind of flipped to Reese or Bailey.
Yeah.
I do know. I'm not as sure on Arizona because they're a wild card anyway. They always are, seems like. So
about them.
Yeah, but the Titans, a lot of people have Love linked to the Titans.
Could the Cardinals just fool everybody and go Ty Simpson right there, or is that too high for him? Could they trade back?
If I were them, I would trade back and get Ty Simpson. I mean, I don't think he's going to be there in the second round. I don't think so. No, so there's always somebody. I mean, remember Michael Penix?
There's always somebody taking chances on quarterback.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee, who knows? We don't think there will be a quarterback, but they need a lot of help. So at 4, I don't know who they're going after.
I see them going receiver too.
Well, I mean, we want to run on receiver. If we don't get a run on quarterback, we want to run on receiver.
Well, I can see it being receiver. I think receiver maybe even over running back, just positional value wise.
Yeah. And then who is it? The Giants probably go offensive line, I would imagine, with
they're linked to Downs because Kyle Hamilton in Baltimore, they're saying that,
hey, that would be a good pick for them, honestly.
Yeah, it would.
I wouldn't hate it for them if I'm a Giants fan. And then who you got? Cleveland at 6, I guess. Who knows what Cleveland will do? I mean, I would imagine they'll go offensive line, but they'll probably go defense. That's what they always do.
Wild card, though.
Another wild card. They could even go quarterback.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, and the teams we're calling wild cards are because they have, the Cardinals, the Titans, the Browns. They have a lot of positions that there's a lot of directions they can go.
I'd also see the Browns, doing something like Jeremiah Love, where nobody's really got him projected just because of the Browns.
Oh yeah.
Who's after the Browns? At 7, who are we looking at? Washington, another team who
they had a really good free agency.
Yes, got a
lot of the guys we like.
A lot of the guys that we like are linked to them. And then after the Washington, it's New Orleans, who. Again, they're probably, if I'm New Orleans, I want offensive line to protect my young quarterback down there, but who knows? And then Kansas City, who's always been a thorn in our side.
They'll take probably won't.
They're turning into like I wouldn't put them past them to turn into the new Steelers, take who we want, like the Steelers have been known to do year after year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's say we're watching it here, and when they're on the clock, there's going to be one guy that we've mentioned that if it's not them, we want to trade back. There's going to be one of them, and he's going to go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, there's going to be one guy there that we're really going to be rooting for, and then it's knowing our luck, that is. After the first round, what do you want to see this team do? A lot of people don't go into the depths of the second, third rounds, but at some point, I'm not saying second round, but I wouldn't mind to see a 4th or 5th round slot receiver somewhere. I think that's a a position that we could upgrade. Nothing against Yoshivas. I like Yoshivas, but I don't think he's a true slot.
Uh, no, and there was a point last season where he had a lot of drops. I mean, it was I mean, he honestly he really hurt us there for a while. And also, I mean, isn't his contract coming up soon? I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems like it would almost have to be.
Yeah, he's.
I don't remember extending him.
Yeah, I don't either. He's got to be right there. This has got to be his fourth or fifth year. So, I mean, I don't. He's one of those guys I like. I think he's got a lot of talent, but he's got to become a little bit more consistent. And I don't know if slot is the right position for him to do that. So,
no, it's not. We also re-signed Tate, by the way.
Yeah, that's
I like it.
a good re-signing. Yeah, that's a good re-signing. Second round, what are you thinking we're going to do? A lot of people are saying we're going to go guard or tackle or something like that. Maybe even safety, maybe linebackers. Deep class and a lot of things. What do you think of this team's going to do second round?
I think second round would be, which once again, I'm assuming that the players I like will not be there because I'm a pessimist, but I can see Downs being gone, and if Downs is gone, I'm not going safety at 10.
No.
I can see Styles being gone, and if Styles is gone, I'm not going linebacker at 10. So, I'm assuming we're staying at 10 right now, no, not trading back. But and once again, I'm assuming those guys are gone. So I think the second round we're going to have still the need at linebacker to fill because I don't think you take 1 to 10. I also think in the second round it could be corner or safety, or a lot of people have D tackle. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I like that Rodriguez, the linebacker. I like him a lot, and a lot of them have the what's it McNeil Warren maybe at safety.
Yeah.
Some a Toledo guy or something.
Yeah, the Toledo guy. But so I have seen some drafts saying that he could go into the first round as well. So, like you said, guys we like, tend to sneak up. I like the big D tackle from Clemson if he's there in the second round. What's his name? Woods.
Woods.
High first round. Like last year, he had a first round grade on him. A lot of talent. Didn't perform as well this year. Kind of underperformed, but Clemson was really good this year. Who is it? The Miami D tackle. Some people have him jumping into the first round now. So there's a lot of you could go either way. I'm like you. I like D tackle. I really like best available. I think we're in a good situation to do best available. So anything beyond second round that we want to talk about? Like, what do you like? Is it just best available or just best available and fit a need if you can?
Well, it's best available for me. I want to see linebacker definitely first 3 rounds, though. I mean, whether it's that Jacob Rodriguez, I think his name is, or they met with Golday from Cincinnati, Sonny Styles. That's my main 3. That's my top 3 guys. And they're kind of spread out between first rounder, second rounder, third rounder. So, I mean, if any of them hit at those picks, then that's the way I'm going.
Yeah, I think we've covered the draft pretty good. But just not just talking about why is the draft so fun for you? I know what my answer is, but why is it so fun for you?
Well, for one, just getting to hang out. That's always awesome. That's always awesome. But I guess, man, it's just always it's like this is the year.
Yes,
this is the year every single time. It's like, all right, all we need is this draft and we're at Super Bowl again, right?
Yes.
Well, that's what it is. The anticipation is what I would say.
That's it, the anticipation. Yeah. Because for anybody who don't know, Jake and I went to the Titans game when the Bengals made their Super Bowl run. And awesome. I'm a believer in Joe Burrow. That's the best sports thing I've ever experienced in my life. It was such a great game. Everything about that weekend was phenomenal. It's like I'll never forget that as long as I live. But it's like if you got Joe Burrow on your team, you got Jamar Chase, you just imagine these pieces filling in because you're always expecting Joe Burrow to have a chance, even when maybe say the cards are down and it's not looking good. You believe because it's Joe Burrow, right? I mean, is that what I think that's the fun part of this draft is that imagination where these pieces fit before you even get a look at it.
Oh yeah, well, let me ask you this though.
Okay.
when we were there for that Titans game,
Yeah.
did you think that we would miss the playoffs? Like, what was it? 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later. Like, I mean,
Yeah, 2 years later. No, I thought we were going to be a consistent Super Bowl contender.
yeah.
Injuries happen. Like, we know injuries happen. Like,
Yeah.
we can't fault that. But there's so many things that happen with this team, though. Like, the Trey Hendrickson stuff didn't help last year. For everybody,
Shamar held out.
Lamar, I think he might have got some
Meaningful
bad
reps.
vibes. Yeah, there was so many things last year. To me, that was an anomaly. Like, it sucks because, yeah, Joe Burrow, how many chances are you going to get? But when you got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins signed for a couple more years in their prime, you feel pretty good that every year when you start fresh, you got a shot. I wasn't the biggest fan of Coach Taylor last year. I, I think you were a little bit more optimistic than I am. Just talk about what you're feeling with Coach Taylor right now.
Well, you know, it's Coach Taylor's kind of like it's okay. For example, Al Golden, I think we were pretty hyped about the hire for one. He did a great job at Notre Dame.
Yes.
You know, and that he didn't exactly have the talent at Notre Dame as a lot of the teams that he was putting a good defense on, you know, and he can't go out there and tackle. I mean, we had 3 of the top 10 guys in missed tackles last year on that defense. Al Golden is probably expecting these guys to know how to tackle by the time they reach the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Taylor, of course, Burrow gets hurt again. But I would also say that, you know, Jake Browning aside, when Flacco came in, dude, our offense was not the issue.
No.
You know, who was it? Who was it that said finish the game? Oh, Chase Brown, actually.
Chase Brown.
Finished the game.
That was his famous quote.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that's the way everybody felt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, tell me that's not everybody's reaction after that. Everybody finished the game.
That's it. But, you know, here's the thing about as bad as they were, we did see improvement from the beginning of the year to the end. Now, I'm not saying that these guys still didn't struggle at the end of the year, these linebackers, but we did see improvement some from the defense, especially Miles Murphy showed some flashes.
Yeah.
Whether you hated everybody else, Murphy showed some flashes. Some of the secondary guys showed some flashes. So it wasn't like, you know, they didn't improve at all. I mean,
Turner and Hill. Yeah, Turner and Hill. I mean, that was I thought Dax Hill and DJ Turner that was a real bright spot, which is once again kind of why, that corner, I really don't want to take corner at 10 because I want to keep these guys.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. So, okay, Caleb Downs battles on the final year, right, of his deal. And he can also play some slot corner, which, as you mentioned, is a need.
Yes.
So, I do like that. But we're kind of putting lipstick on a pig talking about those linebackers. They got better. But I'm just saying where we started.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of like how it's going, how it started and how it's going. Yeah, it got better, but they need some help. I would love to see some veteran leadership out of free agents.
And the Bengals may still bring somebody in after the draft. There's some older guys that you can bring in cheap, and maybe they'll do that you know, they don't even play a lot, but they're just kind of come in and kind of mentor these guys. Bengals are kind of known for doing stuff like that after the draft if they don't get, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody's going to have to call them. That's what normally happens is
yeah.
See, it seems like, some random person will post something on X now, and it's like, come get me, or it'd be just, something like Reisner saying he would love to be here. Mm-hmm. And then it takes all the way until 1 week before the season before we get him in. And then look, he's ended up not starting, but playing week 1 immediately due to injury. So, but wouldn't you love to see him in the building for, training camp?
Should have been.
Yeah, and it's just always something with this team. That's the one. I think every fan gets so frustrated that as fans, we know what the needs are for this team every year. If there was a poll that I actually I saw on Facebook, And it literally said, Bengals fans, what are your top 4 positions of need going into this year's draft? Every single one of them said, or no, going into free agency. Every single one of them, safety, linebacker, D tackle, defensive end. That's like every one of them.
Everybody knows it's glaring.
It went, and you could scroll down and it was just every single, like, if we know, how do they not know? Is the way it feels sometimes. And stop going into the draft with needs, and then you have to reach on people.
Mm-hmm.
McKinley Jackson, Chris Jenkins.
I'm with you.
I mean, dude, you could go on. We do it almost every year. Like, it's over and over.
Yes, it's somebody. Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that we missed before we wrap this up?
Not
Possibly
that.
possibly trading number 10 to Dexter Lawrence. I've heard some of that, but I don't know if there's any truth to that. Probably not going to sign a guy like Dexter Lawrence at this point to a big contract. If you trade 10, I don't see it. But I don't know. I've heard that.
I like the Cowboys that have 2 first-round picks. I do know that, and I know that old Jerry Jones has taken a lot of crap for trading Parsons. So I can just see them doing something crazy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, it's going to be interesting. Next week's the draft. We might, if you guys like this one, we might follow up and do a reaction or something like that afterwards. But for Jacob Bryant, if you need anything with Wildcat Construction in East Tennessee, Jake, I don't know. If you want to give a plug for your stuff, do it now. You could probably do that better than me. Wildcat Construction is the company. Tell folks how they can, if they're what they need, what you can do for them if they need something.
We do. Yeah, we're kind of situated between Kingsport, Johnson City, Knoxville, Sevierville. Kind of in the middle of a lot of different things. It's a pretty fast growing area, but if you're interested in maybe having a new home price, we have homes for sale, as well as can build custom homes. Anything that a potential client may be interested.
Awesome, man. We'll see you. I'll see you next week, Jake. We're going to continue our thing. For everybody who tuned in, tell us who your team is, who you want them to draft. What you think about my and Jake's draft analysis of the Bengals. If you think we're dumb, tell us, hey man, you're dumb. They need an offensive lineman. You can't get enough. Whatever we want. Tell us what you think the Bengals should do. I just want to know everybody's opinions. It makes the draft fun. Me and Jake do this all the time through text, through phone calls, through everything. We watch a lot of games together. Huge Bengals fans. Everybody stay tuned. This week's Unwired Appalachia. Corey Vance ain't here, but he will edit this. So if I've messed up, he's going to make me and Jake sound good. I don't know if he can make me sound good, but he'll make Jake sound good. So thanks for everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time.